I'm a clinical therapist and I specialize in Black health, family, and community issues. In a previous video, I broke down why your son needs to complete 3,000 hours in Life University and complete 220 unique boyhood to manhood goals to optimize his readiness to start his life at around 18 to 20 years of age. I'm going to give you a clinical reason why is it important that our Black sons need to be ready sooner to hit the market than other kiddos. There are about 40 million people who identify as Black in the U.S. Less than half of those people are male. And depending on where you live in the U.S., up to about 25% of the Black male population is not available due to legal issues, health issues, incarceration. And that means there's maybe about 15 million Black males available, and only about 5 million of them are Black boys under the age of 18 that are being prepared by parents like you and I. This is why we need to have them ready as soon as possible, and we don't want them sitting around at home too long. First off, we need more representation in the workforce to continue advocating for diversity and equality in places where we are not as seen. We need more doctors, dentists, nurses, and therapists to support taking care of people who look like us. Black folks have some of the worst health outcomes in the country, and this is because there is less research and science in supporting Black health because there isn't enough of us in the field for research and science to care. Secondly, that 19-year-old boy in your house right now who still doesn't know how to drive, work, or even cook for himself is expecting you to do that until he's ready. Even if he is ready to leave at around 23 years old, let's say, to start his own life, his white counterpart may have just finished a bachelor's degree and entering into a career with many opportunities, while our sons are just now getting out there to start work. If you are raising a Black boy and you understand that preparing him sooner than later does not mean you have to kick him out of your house as soon as he's 18 years old. If he needs a few more years, that's fine. Just make sure he's completing his Life University goals. LIFE is an acronym for legacy and identity and faith and effort. I'll repeat that. Legacy and identity and faith and effort. Let's go over your legacy values. Legacy values for a boy growing into be a man. These values are the ones that support maturation in a boy's purpose and manhood. So your legacy values include law, love, and life. Then you have your identity values. These values support who he should be based off where he comes from, as opposed to integrating non-familiar values from formed manhood. Those values include intelligence, instinct, and intimacy. Then you have your fifth dimensional values, which are all part of your faith values. These values humble a boy as he enters manhood and prepares him to be a functional man. That includes faith, family, fidelity, friendship, and financial values. And then last, you have your effort values. These values guide a boy to use his spirit and physical self to stay goal-oriented in his life. That is, elevate, education, and experience. If you check out my website, I go in depth of what these values are and what tasks he should be completing at what age to hone in these values so he can be a strong young man as he grows into manhood. It is important that you actually take the time and put your son in Life University, especially if he's 12 years or older. Again, you may not need to kick him out of the house at 18 years old, but you definitely need to prepare him because for Black boys, unfortunately, just naturally, we tend to see them less prepared than their white counterparts when they do get out here to start their life.